tried to make it up to me when he got onto Star Trek. He actually had me on episode 3. I was supposed to have a recurring role, although I should have known that when I was Yeoman 4 and didn't have a name, I was going to die. I eke out a meager allowance from doing some of the Star Trek conventions. We go to them because they love me. I said, oh yes, you were Yeoman 4 on episode 3. I found out that's the way he got rid of many of his girlfriends in those days. And these are actually the shoes I wore in that episode. These are Star Trek shoes, yes. Lahura wanted to wear them. And we had a big cat fight about it. You know. And that's how I got this scar on my head. She grabbed this shoe, man, those things getting hit. Of course, she wasn't on TV for a week. Where's Lahura? Oh, I think somebody binged her someplace. But you know, you learn your lessons the hard way that way, you know, when you find out you've got to take care of your own interests. You know, so many times you read it in Hollywood all the time. People, they think, oh, I've got a big manager now, I'll give them carte blanche. They can sign away everything. You know, look at Billy Joel. Lost Christy Brinkley, everybody, you know. Lost about $8 million in Christy, you know. You don't know what to do. Honesty, huh? Hardly ever heard, right? Anyway, I got a lot of investments going on right now. Air Bear, if you could hand me my sack. This is mine. Things I want to promote for you. A few things, I'll tell you what I'm doing here. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah. Paper Magazine. I was in Paper Magazine. Me, Miss Angel Drake, thank you. Thank you. I know I was very surprised. Actually, I wasn't because we'd already had a photo shoot and everything, but... oh, yeah, there's that girl with the nipples. Yeah, like I didn't do that. Yeah, there it is right there. 148. Here I am. Of course, they had to put Linda Hill's name in it, like she's producing this show. Where the hell is she? You know, right there. Well, you can't see it that well. I was gonna make you big Xeroxes of the whole thing, but I thought, hell of that, you know. Go out and buy the damn thing. Write them a letter. Say, hey, we love Angel. Oh, here's one of my big things. I got a romance novel writer. She's seen all my movies, all my genre movies. And she's making romance novels of every genre. So this is the new one, Silver Angel. It's set in a harem. You know, I was the 5th girl in Elvis's movie, Harem Scarum, as a thank you for giving him his whole image and everything. I didn't get a Cadillac, but I did get a 5th girl in Harem Scarum. Oh, this is one of my favorites. You know, oh, you know what else I'm doing? Oh, I got these wonderful new line of swimwear coming out in the spring. It's going to be Angel swimwear. You got to get it, you know, because what started it all for me was, as you can tell, I have beautiful skin because I shun the sun. But it's not so much because I'm afraid of aging or wrinkles or anything like that. It's more because I can't take all the waxing. I can't stand that shit, you know? You go down to the beauty shop, they don't even call themselves beauty shop people. They call themselves waxologists. Yeah, right, like they got a PhD in wax, okay? And they're always named something like Olga or Ingeborg or something, right? You know, and you walk in there, you know, like, you know, I was thinking, you know, I'm really kind of against the whole hair-free thing, you know, because I think that's an American thing about trying to keep women prepubescent or something, you know? Europeans, they understand hair under the arms. It's like, oh, you know, because in medieval times, you go in for a nice cup of grog in one of them wench places, you know, like a pub sort of thing, you know, saloon, you know, nice townhouse, roadhouse, whatever they call Hardy Roadhouse, whatever. You're in there, you know, the wench whipping around your grog, and oh, you see a little arm hair under there, you'd be like, oh, I bet there's hair somewhere else. Oh, you know, a few more grogs, and you want to find that hair, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but I'm trying to stay hip with the kids. I thought, well, I'll go down there and get my triangle done. Why not, you know? Maybe I'll get a little shape, you know, like a heart or something, you know? Trendy. You know, surprise. I'm the one with the heart on, baby. Anyway, I go in there, this woman comes strolling in there. She looks like a fullback or something, right? She's like, Uncle, you're late on the table. My name is Inga. I'm going to wax you now. I'm like, well, boy, baby. Now, so what they should do, if you're going to do it, you should have 2 women waxing you simultaneously, right? Because then, when they're maybe 3, really. One to hold you down. And then one on either side, rip that shit out of there, right? Because when they do just one side, I'm like, wow, I'm up on the light fixture. She's like, and now you will come down, and we will do the other side. I'm like, no, baby, I'm out of here. Which is great, though, because I invented this whole new swimwear. Looks kind of like bicycle shorts. Yeah, except one side's cut up real high. One side's long, like that. the office. I'm going to be marketing all this stuff. You'll be able to order it from me, Miss Angel Drake. Along with my makeup stencils. You know, so many of you say, Angel, do you look like this in the morning? And it's true, I do.
Angel, do you look like this in the morning?
I do. Thank you. I knew somebody was breathing out there. But it's because I don't wash my face, mainly. Who's got time for that shit? Don't you tell me you go home and you smear Estee Lauder on there. Give me a break. You wait till morning to shower it off, you know. Well, with me, I get a guy with a drill, chip it off. But this is my tie, and it's going to be, you can get the stencils, you know, you'll just be able to put it right over your eyebrow. Can't mess up, you know, just peel it off. Beautiful eyebrows. Same with the lips, blush, everything. And this is the necktie for the men at the office, because I know so many men are bored sitting there at their computers, you know. And it's got like all the things men golf, you know, cards, in the doghouse because they're thinking about me. The beer. You know, if that don't do it for them, then they just flip it up like this, and they can think about Angel all they want. I'm going to get some that go all the way to, no, what am I? And of course, I know there are many of you ladies. How many times have you been sitting there, you know, on the throne, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, the kids are yelling, the phone's buzzing off the wall, kids running in and out, you know, and you're trying to get it done, you know, doorbell's ringing, and you can't get that toilet paper to ever peel off. You know, it's stuck there. They get it stuck, and you have to, like, take about 85 layers, right? Don't you hate that? I hate that, too. That's why I've invented my own toilet paper, Angel Soft. Classic white, because it goes with everything, and it's like my flesh. This is actually a picture of me when I was a child. Well, it's a picture of somebody when they were a child, anyway. So you might want to run out and get that because it peels off very easily and it's just about as soft as me. I have my sunglasses. I don't need them right now. It's you know, I can have them dim the lights if I want to. Pretend like I'm Betty Davis and now Voyager or something. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot, this is studio school. See, I told you how to get off pianos, all kinds of shit. They trained you in all that jazz. You know, you had to like slide, 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 look down slightly. Then you find your toe, see? Thank you. Oh, we have a lot of fun, don't we? I'll tell you. You know, when we're heading towards that end of the evening, and I hate it whenever that happens, you know, because you know, I have so much fun with all of you. I could just stay here all night and just keep talking, but the pay's not that good. Not that just being with you isn't pay enough, you know that. But, you know, when I first moved up here from Georgia, my daddy would call me up on the phone all the time. He's always saying, oh, Angel, I bet you your coffee costs about $100 a cup up there in that Big Apple place. I said, oh, yeah, it costs about $100, that's right. I need about $500 before I can talk to you on Sunday morning. But, you know, like in that movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's, remember Holly Golightly? They're always sending her off to the toilet, and the guys will give her a $100 bill. Well, that doesn't happen anymore, does it? First of all, you don't find them fancy restrooms anymore, you know, but you find them every now and then, you know, like classic joints like the Plaza or the Limelight, you know. The Tunnel, you know. Now, the Tunnel is very convenient. They have a bar right in the bathroom. I like that way of thinking, you know. But what they got is they just got a lot of, all kinds of hairsprays and gel and shit for your hair, you know, in there. And, you know, maybe they got a little hand lotion. And they got this lady sitting in there in a black dress with a little white collar, and you go in there and you poof up your hair and everything. She sits there like, like she could care less, you know, what you're doing, you know, anything like that. But then at the very end of everything, she hands you a little tea towel. And that's what you're supposed to tip her for. I'm like, hell, bitch, you get to sit here on grass all night, you know? You should just be happy you got a load off, you know what I'm saying? I think you know. Now this is the part of the show in the Vegas number where I would have to go back for my final costume change. Now during this part, I tried to work the costume number in as much as I possibly could because I hate to leave you for even a moment. I know how needy you can be. And I feel the same way. So during this part, one boy would come out and like do like this kind of like things like that, right? You know, and the other boys would be in the back changing my colostomy bag because that was part of the time. Well, you don't know about that. Anyway. Oh, never mind. costume number change. Imagine the boys filling the stage. There'll be like, this is like also a laser show because we were using the whole 60s effect too. You know? When the truth is gone. What little filling music there, Air Bear? I'm backstage. You can't see me. Do I have to do this costume change in the form of a question? And this is where the boys would lift me so I wouldn't actually have to lift my own feet. And then Sergio would zip me up the back. Oh, Sergio. Oh, that was a sports memory there, Mr. Struss. And then they would arrange me. And I'd say, now dance again. And then I'd come dancing out from the wings. How many times have you wished you had their balls on a chain? These are actually Sammy Davis Jr.'s. The only thing Altavis didn't auction off. Or Sammy. But as Sammy used to say, before we head into our last late groove, in fact, before we head into those last 8 bars. He'd say that, remember? That's actually one of his bolos that I bought Air Bear right there. That was Sammy's. I got it at the auction. I think they probably paid about 50 cents on the tax. But you folks are, nowadays, you've become sort of like my family. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's so much about extended family today. And, wait a minute. I almost forgot a very important part. This is the part where the boys would split my skirt, bring it back like this, and then I would tell about how I'd started out in Vegas as a showgirl. And, they wanted me to be a consultant on that movie Showgirls, but I read the script and I thought it sucked. Although I tell you, I wouldn't kick Gina Gershon out of bed for eating crackers. I'll tell you. She's called me. We're going to get together soon, but... It was later, as I worked hard on my dancing and my singing, and I proved myself to the big boys in Vegas, that they moved me upstairs to that beautiful lounge, the middle one. And it was then that I knew I had become a star. And I'll tell you something. I count on you people. You people are the ones that keep me going. People say, Angel, you have so much invested now with your ties and your swimwear and your toilet paper. Why don't you give it all up? Why don't you relax a little bit? Retire, get a tan. No, I can't do that. Even though Air Bear is going to Oklahoma to work for Lola Falana for a few weeks. I don't want to hold him back. They're doing a live broadcast on KOMA at Oklahoma City. So, any of you from Oklahoma, you might want to ask your people to make a tape of that. KOMA, Oklahoma City, Air Bear. But remember, Air Bear, that bolo has one diamond missing. Not unlike the Native Americans who made their things with one mistake so they would prove to God they were not perfect. That's why I have a mole. Now, I do it for you people. That's why I keep going. That's why I keep bringing back the show. That's why I'm back in New York. Because of the love I feel in this room right now. And let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of love in this room tonight. I bet there are people here tonight that you never thought you would even be rubbing elbows with, and yet now, in a funny way, you've all seen Angel Drake, and you are united in that. And that's what I do it for. That and the chance to touch myself in front of people.